it seems like a lot of people think that Grab drivers, they are not educated, not cultured, and they have no future.
Ride-hailing is something that many of us experience daily. Crypto can feel like another reality. In this video, I speak with Marcus on his life experiencing both worlds. Click subscribe to stay updated to more interviews like this. Marcus, what should the audience know about you?
Okay, hi, my name is Marcus, and I have been a ride-hailing driver for about 4 years. Before that, I was working in a project marketing company overseas for 10 over years. But when I came back, I decided to settle down in Singapore, and ride-hailing was a very good option. Yeah.
How did you get into ride-hailing?
Okay, so when I came back, I was looking at some jobs, and they didn't turn out to be very good in terms of remunerations and all that. And at that point of time, Grab was coming in strong together with Uber and later on Gojek. And a lot of people were saying that, hey, it gives you a lot of freedom when you drive. So I thought, why not try it out? And it turned out to be my job for the next 4 years. Yeah.
So for those who are not from Southeast Asia, Grab is our region's Uber. We used to have Uber here a couple of years ago. They pulled out the region. They are investing in Grab. And I believe this is the car you drive for ride-hailing.
Yes, actually, this is the car I've been driving for 4 years, and it's actually rented from Grab's rental arm called Grab Rentals. Yes, and they have actually been giving a very good rate for those drivers who drive. So I've been sticking to this car. Yeah, you can say that it's practically my wife now.
So it's wife away from home.
Yeah.
What's the living an average Grab driver could expect to make a month?
All right. So, of course, despite the freedom that it gives, you need consistency. You need to have to drive on enough hours on a daily basis to make a decent amount of money. So basically, I would say if you drive about 10 to 12 hours a day, it would not be hard to earn at least 4 to 5,000. Yes.
So 4 to 5,000 Singapore dollars. Per
Singapore
month.
dollars, of course.
This is net of everything: petrol, maintenance, all the
Yes,
fees.
correct. After all the deductions are accounted for. Yes.
What's the biggest myth in the world of ride-hailing?
Alright, based on my interactions and what I read, it seems like a lot of people think that Grab drivers, they are not educated, not cultured, and they have no future. But I would beg to differ because I have a lot of Grab friends, and a lot of them, they are actually professionals. They have been doctors, they have degrees, and they are actually driving because it is an added option to them, and it also suits their purposes. And a lot of them, when I talk to them, I found out that a lot of them are much more intelligent than what people expect. And some of them can even be your basic manager or even director if you don't see them in the Grab car every day. Yeah.
That's eye-opening.
Yes, that's very true.
What's the biggest joy working in ride-hailing?
All right. Despite what people may think that our biggest happiness will come from the biggest fare, actually it's not. Because for me, what I find most fulfilling is when I can get into a very good conversation with a passenger. And especially if we have common interests or even a common perspective on things. And it can end up that both of us are not willing to end the ride when we end up at our destination. He doesn't want to leave, I don't want to stop talking. But after that, we actually became friends, some of them. Yeah, so that is the most fulfilling part of the job, I feel.
I'll echo that. The reason why I'm speaking in Marcus now is because my wife rode on this ride, and just through a conversation organically, one thing led to another, and my wife said, "Hey, why don't you have a conversation with Marcus? Sounds like someone very interesting."
Yes, and that was very amazing. Yeah.
So that's a gift in ride-hailing. For those who are considering ride-hailing as a job, what's one advice you would give them?
Okay, for anybody who actually wants to consider ride-hailing, okay, the first thing I would like to tell them is be sure of what you want to plan for your future, no matter is it ride-hailing or not. For some people, they might want to come in because they cannot find a job in the meantime, or they want it to add on to their income. All right, then plan well. Okay, don't overstretch yourself. For those people who think that, oh, I have no other future than to drive Grab, my advice would be to keep your eyes and ears open, because nothing is the end of the road for you, not even Grab. All right. Sometimes when you're driving and you may be offered opportunities, maybe I can give an example. I actually had a passenger who was the director of a company, and we had a very good conversation. And he was actually quite interested in hiring me as his personal assistant, all right, in his company, which I later off declined, of course. But I will feel that as long as you keep your mindset open, you'll be able to meet people from all walks of life in ride hailing. Yeah, and I think that is what we actually should be attuned to.
I love that perspective. Mindset of having a growth mindset. Be open to opportunities. You work hard to create your own luck.
Yes, definitely.
We're now going to transition to Marcus' other life in the world of crypto and decentralized finance. Marcus, how do you get into crypto?
Okay, I first knew about crypto when I was working previously overseas back in 2016, 17. And some of the companies that I'm working with, they're dealing with finance-related products such as Forex. And more recently, during that time, it was crypto. So I was thinking, wow, this is a very interesting concept because I've never seen it from that side before, where actually people are working in such a growing industry, has so much potential, and it can actually has the potential to transform everybody's lives. So when I went into it, it was not just the simple buying and selling of Bitcoin and things like that. It was more like getting to know the whole industry behind it. And that also sparked my interest and the journey into cryptocurrency. Yeah.
Today, I think people are realizing that crypto is not just a scam. Otherwise, you won't have DBS Bank offering crypto to institutional investors. There's a lot to it, but it's widely missed or not understood at all. When people invest in an asset, they buy a house, you know you can live in it, you can rent it out. When people invest in Apple stock, they know that Apple is selling a lot of iPhones every year. Who is crypto for?
Alright. So crypto, although a lot of people do not understand it, but I would like to argue that crypto is actually for everybody. Because increasingly, crypto is starting to be a part of everybody's lives. Okay, take for example, there is a company I know called Crypto.com. Alright, it was already at the very early stage offering Visa cards for everybody. And there are friends that I know that are actually happily using this crypto card, this Visa card, to buy their groceries in NTUC, to pay for the petrol in Esso, and many more. Increasingly, a lot of things in crypto projects, they are actually coming into our lives whether we like it or not. And I would say that if we use them, we will benefit from it, as long as you understand it.
Understanding is key. What do you think is the biggest myth in the world of crypto now?
Okay, the biggest myth is what I feel that people fear, that they will lose all their money if they come into crypto. And recent events, they are actually not helping. Most famously, the Luna thing. All right. So actually, it's not about whether you will lose money if you come in. In fact, it's more about whether you understand what you're coming into. Because if you don't understand shares and stock, for example, and you just jump right in, chances are you're just gambling. You may just lose money as well. So the fault does not lie with crypto actually. So as long as you go and understand it, all right, you will know how to deal with it and you will know how to enter crypto. So that will actually dispel the myth that everybody has.
Different people come to crypto for different reasons. Many people we may know come into it as a form of investment. You say that if you invested in Bitcoin 5 years ago, even at the current prices, that's more than a 35 times return, better than most stock or real estate investments. Other people come into crypto because they genuinely believe that it is helping to change the world. What role does crypto play for you?
So currently, what I believe in the most is, like what I mentioned earlier, that actually crypto can play a part in everybody's lives. So for crypto, it's not just about investing, it's not just about the spending, the Visa card that I mentioned, or rather it's more about how it can actually improve and enhance our lives. For example, a lot of us, we watch YouTube videos, a lot of us, we go Amazon to do online shopping. But the whole industry which crypto is about is actually coming into all these areas as well. So in the very near future, you might just see that, hey, whenever you go online, you might just be using cryptocurrency to spend on all your online purchases. Or you might even be getting credits if you produce, or you might even be getting crypto coins if you are actually producing YouTube videos. So all these are possibilities that are currently being explored right now, and there are many projects that are actually working on it. So this is what I'm actually looking into, and I'm actually also involved in a couple of projects that actually go in and explore this part. Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus, for sharing your experience in the world of ride hailing. and also crypto.
You're welcome.
So if Marcus is open, I'll put a link down to his Telegram in case you want to have further conversations. If you found this interview insightful, please click the like button. Hit subscribe to stay updated to more interviews like this. Take care everyone. Bye bye.